Hey everyone, another quick Mash tutorial. This one is to show off the ID node and also how to attach some of your objects to another mesh. So there will be two things here. So let me start by adding a mesh in here that we want to add something to. So I'll go to my content browser, general editors, content browser. And in my content browser, I'm going to choose, let me see, let's choose this whale. That could be fun. Let's choose the whale. All right, push the whale in. And the first thing I'll notice is that the whale is much larger than my objects. So I might just scale that down to start with, get that down to something a bit more reasonable. Otherwise I'm gonna need millions and millions of particles, Mash repros. So let's try that. Okay, then the next thing is maybe even actually just go a little bit more. Let's get it, or about there. Let's try that. In fact, okay, cool. Now let's select my objects, and I want to get all four in. So I'll actually just hide the whale just for a second so we can see what's going on. Select my objects. I can just do it here in the outliner, in the viewport, and go up to my Mash menu, go Mash, create Mash network, and you'll see that the first thing that happens actually is that I get that Maya makes an ID node for us. So that's good, except it hasn't actually populated the different objects into the network yet. So let's just do a quick distribution. Oh, well, actually, let's just fix that straight away. So in the ID node, it's very easy. We're going to go linear. You can choose random or cycle if you like. So we'll go linear. And in the ID count, you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 objects. I'm just going to put 4. And if I do that, ta-da, you get the 4 different objects being displayed. So we could choose random there, so it displays different objects, or we can choose linear. It's up to you. Okay, cool. So how do we get those onto a mesh? So the way we do this is we go to our ID, we go to our distribute node. We're going to go. Let's see, we're going to go to distribution type and go to mesh. And in here it says, please connect the mesh. So I'm going to unhide the whale, and whoopsie. And here the trick is to make sure that you stay on your distribute node. So you've got a middle mouse, click and drag all immediately. So let me do that into the input mesh section of the Mash distribute node. It depends on how many nodes you've made for your number. So we'll put that input mesh into there. It says Mash connected to this thing, and if we look closely, you'll see that I'm starting to get some objects on my whale. At the moment, the method is set to scatter. I could set to vertex, in which case let's pump up the volume, pump up the number here, so we can see clearly what's going on. There we go. So that's in vertex mode. We could go in face center. Is another way we could go, or we could go random. Random. There's a few random options. Random edge, random face center, random vertex. Right. Let's go random face center, and let's put it up to 800, and now we're getting this kind of thing. You ready? We could hide our whale mesh. There we go. The actual mesh, and then just have the object like so. And of course, we can add other things to this. So we can go and add what was I thinking? A little bit of noise to this. Let's add a little bit. Random. Let's add a random. There we go, and just randomize the positions of things a little bit. Well, that's about it. That's how to attach a series of objects with the ID node and attach them to a base mesh. Thank you, and I'll show you next how to use the fall off object. See you soon.